Early December 2009. An unspeakable gaffe leads to the unintentional airing of a film-related talk show. Over 80 terrestrial radio stations across the U.S. have their regularly scheduled programs preempted with filthy content and language that the FCC generally frowns upon. Certain individuals were implicated, penalties were paid, comeuppance were delivered, and suspensions were served. Before this matter was put to rest, however, and for reasons still unknown, there would be one final byproduct of this regrettable foible. A thumb was raised, a green light illuminated, thus giving birth to what would become known to just a few and very far between as the Love Line After Disaster.
Midnight comes a little faster, runs another stop sign, happy ever after, once she lets her guard down, laughing at the
August 26, 2010. Nearly 9 months after receiving the official go-ahead, the two hosts of this experimental show finally find the nerve to record an episode. It was very ungood.
so happy that it makes you wanna cry.
January 2nd, 2011. The infamous Downtown Debacle episode is released. To this day, it continues to be commonly referred to as the single worst thing on all of iTunes. Episode 27. We all learned that Mr. Carano could have grandkids her age.
Have you ever been so happy that it makes you wanna cry?
Crack is bad, it's mean, it's a killing machine, it's the toughest.
Episode 28. Controversial figure and questionable security guard, Reggie, lends his ringing endorsement of the episode when he states,
I'm sure it had its moments.
May 20th, 2011. What many might call their bottom. Machete Night leads to severe intoxication, reckless blade wielding, and the recording of a second show that would never be released due to the topic of pornography of the child variety being bandied about without reverence or tact. June 10th, 2011. Tyler White finds a preset on the soundboard that simply reads, Canon. The show would never be the same.
Listen up, there's something I should tell you. I was not always like this. I used to be so miserable with every boy who touched me or ever tried to fuck me.
Episode 96. Some very helpful tips involving everyday products in your freezer are provided for the listeners.
Waiting for the phone, feeling
December 1st, 2011. With tears in his eyes and a furry hunter's cap on his head, a choked-up Mike Carano explains to the world that he's an alcoholic and that his days of drinking are over. Again, the show would never be the same. October 16th, 2012. In a failed hospital escape attempt, Anderson nearly kills his brand new wife when he imprudently removes her IV live on air. Blood gushes as machines alarm and angry nurses screech and scold. Episode 189. Peep game, JLC is both exposed and explored. September 7th, 2012. 3 enthusiastic listeners outbid the rest and win the prize of hand-painted mugs, shipped and delivered with plenty of packing peanuts, as well as a heaping sense of instant buyer's remorse. Circa 2012. Due to mounting legal concerns, an exceptionally old man with far too much power and no sense of humor unceremoniously strips Love Line from the show's name, leaving an even more confusing title in its wake and causing those who aren't in the know to ask, the disaster after what?
shotgun marriage on the first day in Vegas, and I could not wait. We talked it over and saw Tom Jones instead, and he was just magnificent.
Episode 201. The undeniable fact that firefighters kick flaming animals back into the flames is made public. September 23rd, 2013. Outrageously overpriced mini coffins are made available to the public. After disaster Christmas stockings sell like hotcakes. Well, more like room temperature cakes. March 31st, 2014. Fart bar. Episode 234. For reasons that remain unknown, the After Disaster plays actual audio of 2 teens being killed, much to the horror of their limited listeners. This effectively thins the herd of an already anemic audience. July 12th, 2014, the Hollywood Improv plays host to a sold-out crowd for the first, and probably last ever, After Disaster.